20 years, and I've never done a gig this early in the day, I'll be honest with you. And this show, by the way, will probably be a bit like Brexit. I got it at late notice, I didn't think I was going to get it, and this is ill thought out and badly planned. So, I'll give you my bona fides on this, and why I should be allowed any opinion on Brexit. So, I live in France. I moved to France a few years ago because, well, it was supposed to London. I could afford to buy a house. Because I've been there a few years. I've made very little effort with the language, which I know is very rude, very ignorant, probably very British. But I've got a 7-year-old who's fluent, and I just take him wherever I go with me. He translates for me. He's not even mine, to be perfectly honest with you. I found him over there. There's millions of them. Little language dwarfs hanging around on the street corners. Can I just point out that is a joke, by the way? I don't tour continental Europe looking for linguistic toddlers. I'm aware there are rules against that kind of behaviour. He is my son, and he's refusing to come out and translate for me. I don't know why. I don't know whether his mother's been having a go at him or it's just so French he's gone on strike. I've no idea. And I've got 2 kids. One's English and one's French, and they don't get on, funnily enough. There's centuries of enmity between them. We've got a 3rd boy on the way. We're hoping for a Swiss, quite frankly. Have we got any linguists in? No, this is Britain. We burn them as witches when they're 12. It's a kind of mad world. It's kind of joyous and mental and crazy and doesn't make any sense and it's tiring. It's like the EU, obviously. I voted to remain. Now I lost. That's fine. You know, I lost. I've got no problem with that. Listen, I'm a Blackburn Rovers supporter. I can take defeat, right? The problem I've had with Brexit is that I think there was an opportunity after Brexit to get more people on board. If somebody had said to me, okay, we're surprised by this result, but what we're going to do is try and do it in a gentle way and not just crash out of Europe in a problematic way and create more division than there even was, I would have got on board with that. I think there's 4 things you need in business. There's leadership, planning, teamwork, and expertise. That's what I would say. So I would go through our post-Brexit leadership. Well, Dave Cameron did the political equivalent of farting in a lift and getting off at the next floor, frankly. He was quickly out of there. Nigel Farage has resigned, I think, 6 times so far, which is quite good. That's not bad going. And we have a Prime Minister who voted Remain, trying to go for leave. And none of that kind of works in the leadership thing. The planning side of things, Brexit means Brexit. Yeah. Brexit's a made-up word. A made-up word means a made-up word. It doesn't really work. The no deal is better than a bad deal. And now I've tried to get on board with that, but I have to be honest and say I don't think no anything is better than a bad anything. No trousers is not better than bad trousers. For me, there's been a lack of leadership. There's been a lack of planning. The teamwork thing is interesting because we had an election. On the day the election was called, 48% of the electorate were called saboteurs. Now that's not a way to get people on board. I do think this is an issue that's a kind of modern issue where we're constantly asked our opinion, which I don't think you necessarily need to be. I mean, the internet is full of this thing. Do you ever go on TripAdvisor? What a bizarre conceit TripAdvisor is. You're at home planning a nice romantic weekend away in Rome with your wife. Let's see what Martin in Falmouth has to say about it. Martin in Falmouth might be a cop, let's be honest. And we're told that it's the will of the people. This is the thing, the will of the people. The will of the people leads to things like voting at Boatface happening. The will of the people means that dogs win Britain's Got Talent. This is what the will of the people. Justin Bieber's had more UK #1s than Bob Dylan. That's what the will of the people is. I can't get behind that either. So, to my mind, we've had no real leadership, no strategic planning, and no teamwork. They're not trying to get everybody on board. I do believe that Leave deserve to win because they fought a much better campaign. Whether you're Leave or Remain, it doesn't really matter. They were promising things. They were good things. The Remain was just doom and gloom, and the skies are falling. And if we leave Europe, your kids will get bubonic plague. It was just the Project Fear side of things. Now, if you're salespeople, you're not going into the customers and go, if you don't buy our stuff, your business will die. You're trying to sell something that will enhance their business. But the other things, like if people voted leave because of incandescent light bulbs, which I'm fully behind, frankly. I don't like eco-friendly light bulbs. When I turn on a light, I want light, not fog. Strikes me, light bulbs are invented because candles are shit. We seem to have become illegal to buy old-fashioned light bulbs. You get stopped in pub car parks. Blokes going up to you going, I've got an 80-watt bayonet here, mate. Some people wanted to take the French words out of passport. The passport itself is a French word. So you can't take that out, and 45% of the English language is actually French. So if we take all the French words out of the English language, we've just been going around miming. And mime is French, so you can't... This is the biggest problem for me with the whole Brexit thing, is that I'm having to get French nationality in order to stay where I am. Which I think, I never thought, I'm very English, I'm a very English person, I'm a mod, like I said, I'm very English. And I never thought I'd have to become French. I mean, I like the French. I love the French. I like rich tea. I never thought I'd become a rich tea biscuit either. It's a kind of an odd thing. And this is where I think that Brexit will struggle, because I'm getting an insight into the European bureaucrat, and it is terrifying. I have to go through a process where I have to find marriage certificates from great-grandparents. That's how far back they go. I then have to get them translated and send them off. And then, if they've made any kind of error, it all gets sent back again, and all the translations run out of time, so I have to get them all done again. It is just mind-blowing, the French bureaucracy. And I went and had a language test, because you have to have a language test. Now, my language skills aren't great, as I said, but we're in this language test, and the examiner, she said, I'm going to do a role play. I'm going to set up a situation, I'll leave the room, you've got 2 minutes to prepare the role play. This is how it's going to work. So she said, well, the role play is, I'm going away on holiday for a month, I'd like to look after my dog. She left the room. She came back in, she pressed record. She said, I'm going on holiday for a month, I'd like to look after my dog. I said, I don't want your dog. This flummoxed her massively. She stopped the machine and said, you must have the dog. I said, I don't want your dog. And we had this argument for about 10 minutes about this bloody dog, this fictional dog, and it was going backwards and forwards. And in the end, I passed the language test just simply because I was more French than anybody else in just denying what I was supposed to be doing. I was in this interview system, and I was in this room, and the interviewer, she was quite a stern woman. She said to me, why do you want to become French? And it was really kind of intimidating. You just kind of don't know how to answer that. Why do you want to become French? And I went, this is a salesman's you're all the team. I'd like as a nation to be more of a team than we currently are. I don't know where the future's going. Some people want to get closer to America, which I think is that's an interesting idea. I don't think their laws would work over here with that kind of weights and measures things. And also, if we had their gun laws in this country, do you imagine that? To take one boozy bank holiday weekend, there'd be about 3 people left on this island. Everybody over there is buying guns over here. You can't buy 2 packs of Nurofen now, the authorities get it. So I genuinely don't know the future, and I can't offer that, but it's interesting, and more people can talk about how it's being badly handled rather than the yes or the no side of things. I think things will genuinely move forward. Thank you very much for listening. Do enjoy the next couple of days, and I hope it goes really well. Thank you.